everybody. I'm back for number 3. And this is another great color palette. And you know what? I don't expect to win any competition because usually KS Resin goes for tumblers, people that make tumblers. I don't know how to make tumblers, and I really don't want to learn. I'm having fun doing the stuff I do. But it's really cool to have their color palette as an idea to, is a color palette, you know? And these are colors like this weird orangey yellow. I don't ever use this. So it forces you into trying other colors, which is really cool. Okay, so that's the orangey yellow. This is the deep and light magenta combination that I mixed together from Artist's Loft. And I put a little extra of these last 2 colors here on the last coaster, and yeah, that's the way to go. It's the way to go. By the way, I'm in a new location. I'm moved out of my art studio, art room, that was an extra bedroom because I'm starting to get visitors now. And I've moved myself into the workshop. So it's very different. It's much quieter. Well, it's not. It's never noisy over here, but it's private. It's disconnected from the house. It's actually below the garage. It's really nice. It's very peaceful, very quiet. There's no interruptions. Not that there would be, like I say. I don't know if anybody's been with me since last year. Remember the school behind the house and the screaming kids and the trucks backing up. Oh, it's crazy. Oh, it was crazy. All right, cell activator, my white and my black. Give it a mix. Don't want to put too much down. I had a lot down last time. It took a few moments to come back. But when it halos like that, you know that it's going to work. So I'm going to take a moment to talk about the blowout. And I'm finding here that if my blow initially is not perfect, if I start turning the wheel, I can get the shape to be more of an oval or a circle. And then I always think to skim the cell activator over the paints and the paints over the pillow paint to get the good blowout. And as I'm blowing out, I try to kind of shake my head a little bit subtly back and forth to get the bloom petal to blow out nice and full. Cell activator is a little bit on the heavy side again, or it could be just getting a little older. I know that the white is getting a little older, so what happens is it thickens up, and I can adjust it by adding a little bit of water to it. But I didn't. As long as your cell activator is thinner than your paints, then you can get everything to spread over each other. Because you want your pillow to sit tight and spread underneath the paints. And then you want your paints to spread over the pillow, and then your cell activator to spread over all of it. Oh, this thing is amazing. So I may be putting up the edges here, covering the sides and edges, but as I'm doing this, I'm also looking at it's what's happening. And I'm talking at the same time. Get my straw going. Wow. All right, let's give this thing a whirl. Looks like she's centered pretty good. Spin, spin time, spin cycle. I'll tell you what, that orangey color and the yellow color and the pink are playing amazingly in the center. And I can't call them a certain color because they are a complete mixture of things, except for, like I said, the pink or the magenta. And I mentioned it in the last video, and I'll mention it here too, but I'm going to give a quick overview of how, when you get a color palette, like I did from KS Resin, they give you the color number. There's a color number. Every color has its own number, like its own address and a map. And what you do, I look up the color number on the internet, I Google it, and then I see what its components are. I see what the color is made from. And now there are 4 basic colors: cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. And I know this because I used to work at a place called Graphic Packaging as a quality manager, and I worked with the printing department, so I learned how to make colors. And that's why when you have all a bunch of colors together, it turns gray, because it's a gray tone. Gray tone is your basic, every color mixed together is what you get is gray. So you learn color, and you learn color theory, and not that I'm any expert, but I do know when I get my color palette, when I see KS Resin come out with their color palette and they give you the address of the colors. So in their post, they include the colors and the color number. You can Google it. Now, I usually start with a color that's close. Like in this case, in the orange, I started with my Burnt Sienna by Glidden, and then I worked my way into it based on what percentage it said each color was. And it's a very raw way of doing it, but it works. It's like gives you insight as to the color and what its components are. So for example, that orange I talked about, I'm looking at the CMYK, which is the cyan, magenta, yellow, black, which is the blue, red, yellow, and black. In this case, the orange has no cyan, has 49% magenta, the red, 66% yellow, and 17% black. So knowing that, I have a clue for the saturation of each color percentage that makes up the color they're looking for, and I can make my own from there. I mean, you can look at that color really quickly and see that it's red and yellow, which is an orange with some black in it. So it's a dark, deep orange. It's good information, and I'm a believer in information. That's why when I do my tutorials here, I give you guys so much information. I really tell you guys a lot, and I'm proud of that, because I wished when I was coming through that some of the artists would share more. And you knew there was more going on behind the scenes, but they just didn't show it. But I like to talk about what I'm doing. And I like to share, because you know what? I can give you all the secrets in the world. You have to go off and execute it. You know? You have to learn to do it yourself. I can give you the answer to the question, the problem, but until you know how to get through the problem, you got to figure it out. This is spectacular. Oh my gosh. They're getting better and better. All right, we're going to have fun with this. I got at least one more to go. I'm going to stop with that because this is pretty stunning. This one is a stunner. I'm going to leave that little corner up. So I've mentioned this in other videos. I think it's cool when there's a little bit of a frame in the tile. At least for me, I like that. It's something I'm enjoying. So here's this guy. Pretty freaking nice, I'll tell you that. So everyone, that's a wrap, and here are the other 3 coasters in the set. Please go to the description. It has all my recipes and other links that'll be helpful to you. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit the bell, comment, thumbs up, all that good stuff. I'm also going to flash up a Bloom Coaster playlist if you want to look at other color palettes and color combinations. Thanks a lot, everybody. Take care.